Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Hope and Coffee. And today we have little Gingy, I guess we can call him, as they would on Shrek. But I found this mug at Target and I just had to bring him out for the fall winter season as we get rolling along into the month of November. I can't believe we have less than 2 months to the end of the year, and it is absolutely mind blowing how fast this year has gone. But today's particular episode is one that I wanted to do last week, and it was because it was so viral last week on, I guess, on a lot of different social media platforms and such. But there was this viral list of places not to take a woman on the first date. And I won't go through all of them, but I'll go through some of them that really baffled me. So, me, as a woman, I have no issues going on a casual date with a guy to see if we click before going to somewhere fancy. I really have no issues with that, and I'm not sure exactly why. Like it it seems mandatory that a guy spend a certain dollar amount in order to meet a standard. I'm not sure about that. And one person tried to justify, well, if I'm doing my hair and makeup and all this sort of stuff, then he needs to put in the same amount of work. But the thing is you put that money towards that investment. You did that yourself. I don't think he has to reciprocate. You don't have to do those sorts of things if you don't want to. I do my nails for me. I do my hair for me. I get a spray tan for me if that's what I want to do. But I don't think the guy has to pay for that just to be in my company. But anyway, this particular list had some places that I was I was on the fence about, and some of them that I can kind of see. And the first place was like on the list was Cheesecake Factory. Honestly, I love me some Cheesecake Factory. Their food is huge portions. You get your bread. They've got some good drinks. You can enjoy it, and it's not too loud. Um, I I don't know what the downside is to Cheesecake Factory unless people think that it's too I don't know. I'm not sure what their problem is with Cheesecake Factory. I really like it. Um, then there is Olive Garden. Again, I don't really have an issue with Olive Garden. I went to Olive Garden for my cousin's rehearsal dinner, and they have this like creamy mushroom sauce that is divine. And I could have drank that out of the bowl. However, I tried really hard not to because like I could have been licking that plate clean. Um, but again, I have no issues with Olive Garden. It's good. It's still pretty tasty. Um, One place that I probably agree with is the movies. And the only reason I agree with the movies is because you don't have the opportunity while the movie's playing to really talk and get to know the person. Um, that like for a first date, that might not be the best opportunity to try to get to know someone to see if y'all really click. Maybe you want to go somewhere ahead of time, and that way you can kind of see if you want to move forward with going to the movie afterwards. But I think that the movie, I can kind of see where that may not be the ideal first date. Also, I see why going to your house, which I think would be the guy's house, would also not be like a great first date situation. Um, I'm not sure I'm super comfortable going over to someone's house on the very first meeting. I think it would really, really depend, and I think we would have to have some conversations. I don't know. But that would be a place that I can kind of agree with a little bit as well. Again, I don't have any issues with a fast food chain if that's what y'all are both feeling. If y'all are feeling burgers, chicken tenders, or whatever you're feeling. But again, I don't think there should be a standard of, well, there's a dollar menu here, we can't go there. I think IHOP and Waffle House could be just fine. Their food's not always like I like Waffle House better, but I don't see an issue with IHOP or Waffle House, especially if you're going late. Again, I don't have an issue going to Denny's. They said don't go to the gym on the first date. I don't know, maybe you're both gym rats. Maybe that's just what you do. Maybe you met at the gym. Maybe you go to the gym. I think it's really dependent upon the couples. I don't think that we should have like I mean, if I'm not a gym rat or if I'm not a gym bunny and he's a gym bunny or gym rat or what have you, then perhaps that's not the best place to go. One of them was church. Again, I think you end up with the same situation of like going to the movies of you're really listening to someone else talk, you're listening to something else and you're not really able to talk to each other. So, unless you've met at church and that's just a place where y'all have already kind of bonded, then church as a first date is maybe not the greatest place. Starbucks, again, I have no issues with Starbucks. I think that's a great first date option. Have a cup of coffee, feel each other out, not feel each other up, but feel each other out on whether you even want to move forward with something else. And then a coffee date or ice cream. Again, that falls into the same category for me as what I would say Starbucks would. Is like, I think that's perfectly acceptable. And one of them is a family function. Yeah, unless y'all have made a joke about, hey, I'm going to show up at your family's family reunion on the first date, unless y'all are both like at that level of humor, it's probably not the greatest place to take someone to a family function like Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner or a birthday or something like that, because one, you don't want this person on your first date to maybe meet your family because you don't know where you're going to go with this. But maybe also they're not ready for that situation. I think sometimes people rush too fast into meeting family and you don't really get to know each other that deeply. So I think that's probably not the greatest place to go on a first date. I like a long drive. However, again, first date, maybe not. Simply because I don't know you that well. I don't know where we're going to end up. Unless we are absolutely clicking and everything is going like a movie script where we are now Hallmark movie, I'm probably not going on a long drive with you. Let's see, there was bowling. I don't like bowling, but I don't see that as being a bad thing for a first date. People have asked me, hey, would I want to go bowling on a first date? And I actually say, I wish I was better at bowling. Could we do putt-putt? I love putt-putt. I love it for a first date. I don't see any problem with that. But I also kind of equivocate that to bowling. You're doing something fun. You're being able to laugh with each other. You're having a good time, hopefully. And for me, I think it's pretty appropriate. And then they say like nightclubs, a hookah, or a bar just for drinks, or a sports event. And those were just some of the final ones down on the list. Nightclub, again, you kind of run into that movie situation where it's really hard to talk to each other if you're trying to get to know each other. Hookah, I don't really know. I've never been into a hookah. A bar just for drinks, I think is absolutely appropriate, just that I thought Starbucks was appropriate or ice cream was appropriate. And a sports event, I think, again, that would depend on the two individuals and if they both would enjoy that sort of situation. If they're both fans of a team, or maybe they've got, like, each of them have a team that's playing at the same time, and now they get to have, like, a little, hopefully friendly rivalry. But I don't think it's a bad thing. For a first date, sure, I don't see why not. But that was just going through this list of places, and from the perspective of a female, I don't see issues with a lot of those. And then again, turn around and there was another list that was like, okay, well then these places are acceptable, and some of the stuff that showed up on the list of not to go showed up on the list of places to go. So the thing is, get to know the person you're talking to. If they seem very hesitant about even wanting to go out, then it might not be you. It might just be them. It might be an anxiety thing. Who knows? But I don't think the guy should feel like he has to pay $200+ for a meal. And I don't think the girl should have to feel like she has to get her hair and nails done for a very first date. Now, if you're trying to set that bar, if you're trying to set that standard, good for you. But also, you're doing you. I don't think the other person should, kind of, I don't know. I think that's a conversation to be had. Because I'm going to do me no matter what. I'm going to dress the way I want to dress no matter what. And the person that I go on the date with hopefully will like it. Or if they don't, I did it for me, and still, I just hope they enjoy it. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours down below. And if you've made it this far, please like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you and see you on the next page. Mm-mm.